Hello everyone, back again with me Dante from Dante's Book Talk with another video. In today's video, I'm going to do another posting with booktubeid and I'm going to talk about how to buy authors. So it basically means authors whose work I'll immediately buy no matter what because I was impressed by one or some of their works before. This interesting topic was brought up by one of the members of the booktubeid community, Irma. She also has her own YouTube channel, Teman Buku, and her own Bookstagram account at Ikari Reads. I'm going to leave the links to her accounts in the description below so you can go check her out after finish watching this video. And well, since I have 5 authors to talk about, let's get right on with the first one, and he's Neil Gaiman. So the first novel by Neil Gaiman that I read was Neverwhere, a dark fantasy story that basically follows Richard Mayhew, an ordinary man who somehow finds himself in a strange world that is filled with monsters, angels, saints, and murderers after he decided to help a strange and mysterious woman whom he found bleeding on the street. The story in general is just overall fun, magical, and adventurous. I also love the dark vibe that it has. The version that I have also includes a short story titled How Marquis Got His Coat Back, an interesting and fun little story that is still related to Neverwhere. And these two stories are basically the main reasons why I decided to collect his other novels. Some of his novels that I already have include American Gods and the short story that it also has, The Monarch of Glen, if I'm not mistaken, and then Anansi Boys, The Graveyard Book, and Coraline. There are still a couple of books written by him that I want to buy, particularly Ocean at the End of the Lane and Stardust. And so yeah, that's my first auto-buy authors, Neil Gaiman. So the next auto-buy author of mine is David Baldacci, who is a renowned thriller author. So the first David Baldacci novel that I bought was One Good Deed, a mystery noir thriller that features an amateur detective named Aloysius Archer. The story is actually pretty interesting because we get to see how Aloysius Archer gradually becomes a better detective under the guidance of a far more seasoned detective. I truly had a good time reading that one, and I do believe that this book is a good start, if you want to get into his work. The second novel that I read was Long Road to Mercy from the Atlee Pine series. I truly love the character Atlee Pine, but unfortunately the story just fell a little flat for me. But since I mostly had a good time reading those two books, I decided to check his other novels, and I found out that the Amos Dekker series was and still remains as one of his famous series. And just like that, I decided to buy the entire series immediately. So I was a little bit impulsive there. But fortunately, the first novel in the series, Memory Man, did blow me away. It is genuinely a great crime mystery thriller novel. And after having read these 3 books, I've realized that David Baldacci is definitely capable of writing engaging, fast-paced, and overall entertaining thrillers. And because of that, I decided to buy 2 other series by him. The Will Robbie series, featuring an assassin named Will Robbie, who actually makes an appearance in the Amos Dekker series, and the John Puller series, featuring an investigator named John Puller, who makes an appearance in the Atlee Pine series. So in total, I already have 19 books by David Baldacci, and 7 of which I have read and enjoyed. I'm actually also planning to buy A Gambling Man, the second novel in the Aloysius Archer series, which was published back in March, and Mercy, the 4th and final book in the Atlee Pine series that's going to come out this November. And I also want to collect the Camel Club series, a series that basically follows a group of 4 eccentric people who tries to uncover some government conspiracies. And so yeah, those are my first 2 auto-buy authors, and before we move on to the third one, don't forget to subscribe and turn on that notification. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and share it as well. Thank you. So my third auto-buy author is actually another American author, and he is Cormac McCarthy. So at first, I was truly amazed at the movie adaptation of No Country for Old Men, directed by Joel and Ethan Coen. And although I wasn't able to grasp what the movie was trying to say, I did try to find further explanation about the movie on the internet. I read a couple of articles on the internet and watched a lot of YouTube videos because at the time, I really wanted to know what the movie was about. And along the way, I also did try to find more information about the author, Cormac McCarthy, and his other novels. Since I was fascinated by the information about the author and his books that I found on the internet, I decided to buy 2 of his novels, No Country for Old Men and The Road, a post-apocalyptic story that basically follows the journey of a father and a son who tries to survive and finds a safe place in a world in which humans have turned against one another and actually eat one another. They have become cannibals. But what's interesting is the fact that I kept searching for more information about the author, and I became more and more interested in the author and his work. So I ended up buying his other works, despite of the fact that I hadn't read No Country for Old Men and The Road. I decided to buy Child of God, a story that basically centers around the life of a violent man named Lester Ballard, who is accused of rape, and Blood Meridian, or The Evening Redness in the West, which is considered by many to be his greatest work, basically his magnum opus. Apparently, Blood Meridian is based on true events that took place in Texas-Mexico border in 1850s. The story essentially follows a 14-year-old teenager named Kit, who finds fortune in a world in which the market for Indian scalps is thriving. But although I knew what the synopses were, I didn't really know what I was in for. But fortunately, The Road and No Country for Old Men, the first two books that I read, really impressed me. The Road is just overall deep, tragic, and poignant. And McCarthy's prose in the novel is also top-notch. As for No Country for Old Men, it's just a great Western neo-noir thriller that is also profound, because it tackles themes like free will, chance, fate, justice, greed, and many more. And currently, I'm actually reading Child of God, and I can pretty much tell you that, hey, I'm having a good time reading this one. And so yeah, I'm actually looking forward to adding his other novels into my collection. The Orchard Keeper, Satri, Outer Dark, and the Border trilogy, which consists of All the Pretty Horses, The Crossing, and Cities of the Plain. Moving on to Russia, my fourth auto-buy author is Fyodor Dostoevsky. The reason for this is because I was just shocked by how great Crime and Punishment was. For those of you who are not familiar with the story, Crime and Punishment basically tells the story of a young man named Rodion Romanovich Raskolnikov who wants to murder a pawnbroker because he believes that he is not an ordinary man like us, so he thinks that he has the right to do so. But unfortunately, his act results in repercussions beyond his imagination. Although there were probably several things that I might have not noticed, the book still impacted me in a deeper level, especially the theme of surrender and redemption. In addition to that, dialogues in the novel are also engaging, and the characters themselves are also well written. Moreover, I was also enthralled by the psychological thriller aspect of the novel. You can truly see how the crime our main character, commits really takes its toll on him. And yeah, this novel is basically the main reason why I decided to collect the author's other work. But since it took me a month to finish Crime and Punishment, I've decided to just buy his books one by one. I've just recently bought The Brothers Karamazov, and probably after finish reading that one, I'll then buy maybe either Demons, the Notes for the Underground, or The Idiot. Moving on to the last one for today, my fifth auto-buy author is Bishop Robert Barron. The reason for this is because I'm grateful I was able to read his book Catholicism, a comprehensive and definitely comprehensible book. Truly great introduction into Catholicism, for those who are already Catholics or for those who are non-Catholics but interested to know. I'm also a regular viewer of his YouTube channel, Bishop Robert Barron, and Word on Fire, an organization which he founded. And I'm always amazed at how he's able to convey and explain theology, religion, and other topics eloquently. I also love how he uses interesting examples and language to corroborate his points. His lively personality also makes his talk engaging. And so yeah, those are pretty much the reasons why I want to buy more of his books. There were three in particular that I am looking forward to buying. The Priority of Christ, Heaven in Stone and Glass, and Thomas Aquinas, The Spiritual Master. So yeah, those are my 5 auto-buy authors. Actually, I have more than just 5, but I think, you know, it's enough for a video. Before we end the video, I would like to tag Kak Krisan and Kak Gia to make a video about this topic as well. And then for those of you who watch and subscribe to this channel, I would like to say thank you, because you truly help this channel to grow. And with that, my name is Dante from Dante's Book Talk. Thank you for watching, and I'll definitely see you in the next video.